I bleed silver and black, and I wear it with pride. Hold my shield to the sky. I'm a Raider for life. 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 I'm a Raider for life.
Touchdown, Raiders! What's up, Raider Nation? It's your boy Mikey Raider here with another episode of Inside the Raider Nation. Inside the Raider Nation is where we take you inside the Raider Nation, hence the name. We're going to meet Raider superfans, Raider bloggers, Raider girls, Raider players, everything Oakland Raider inspired, everything LA Raider inspired. Basically, let's meet our family on a weekly basis. All right, today we got a couple of Raider Nation vloggers, as myself, that we do Raiders Roundtable. We talk Oakland Raiders, and we have a good old time. We're here with my boy. His name is Cameron P. He started with everything Raiders, but now he's progressed to Raider Nation News. Say hello to the Raider Nation and let everybody meet ya.
What's going on, Raider Nation? It's me, Cameron P, and the place to be, Raider Nation News. I'm a diehard Raider fan, and I love the Raider family.
All right, this next cat, he's too cool for school. His name is Jason Smith. We also call him Knight of the Shield. Give a hello to Raider Nation.
What's going on, Raider Nation? This is Knight of the Shield, also known as the Oakland Knight, and just much love to the Raider Nation out there, man.
All right, so let's ask some in-depth questions because this ain't a round table. So look, Cameron, quick story. How did you actually come into the Raider Nation family? What started you? How did it happen? Etc.
Well, you can't start by asking me a trick question because I was born a Raider fan.
No, come on, baby. We know the honesty.
So, literally, though, I was born a Raider fan, raised in a totally Raider family. When I was little, I was born in '94, so when I was little, didn't have a whole lot of success, but then we got into the 99, 2000, 2001, 2002 season, and I started going to a little bit of games here and there, and then I believe it was 2004, my dad got season tickets for us, so we went to every Raider game, including the preseason games. But a really cool thing that I think is awesome, but can't really say that's about me, but my first word was Dada. I love my dad. I'm a daddy's boy. I was always with dad when I was a kid. And my second word was Raiders. And my mom was really mad because, she thought my dad did it on purpose. She's like, how is his second word not mama? And it was Raiders because we were always watching Raider games, always cheering for Raiders. I had a bunch of little Raider stuff as a kid and a baby. And so just grew up and developed in Raiders and watching the games, Raider Nation. I saw my dad's friends that were Raider fans, and really just putting all that other stuff aside, too, just watching the games and knowing that was my team made me a Raider fan.
Gotcha. Jason, again, I know you're a Raider from birth, but you had to realize it one day. What was that day, and how did it happen?
Well, man, I could take you back to 1983, the Super Bowl, Washington Redskins. Marcus Allen changes directions, turns around, runs up for the 88-yard touchdown run. That was the moment. I was always born and raised a Raider fan, but that moment right there, I was hooked for life, man. Every time I see it, I think about it all the time. Anybody wants to talk, what's about the Raiders, I always got to bring up that moment because I was just one of the – I think it hooked a lot of people, man. That was just a spectacular moment in Raider history. And on top of the fact that one of my best friends is a Redskins fan, so I love bringing up that story anyway.
Hey, what a way to become a Raider fan, the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So this is the show about you guys, not me. Everybody knows who I am. I'm a silly, funny guy. But Jason, so where you from, where you living, where you staying, and explain to everybody about your eye situation.
Yeah, man. Right now, I'm currently in Fresno, California, but I'm actually from the Bay. I was born in Fremont, California, which I know Cameron knows where that's at. And I grew up most of my childhood in Gilroy, California. Went to high school in Gilroy, and I barely just moved to Fresno maybe like 9-10 years ago. So, but I would have to say my home base would be Gilroy. As far as the eye vision thing, I have a form of macular degeneration called Stargardt's. It's a German name. It's the pigment. The pigment of my macula is fading out in spots, so the center of my vision goes blurry. But I do have my peripheral vision. Hence, that's why I wear my dark shades, because I'm the coolest guy here right now, right? No, my eyes automatically want to adjust to my peripheral, so they want to go right or left. So I wear the glasses, so I'm not. If I'm trying to look at the phone, which was what I record on, I'm not looking to the left or right of it. I'm looking right at it, as far as everybody's concerned. But there's no cure for it. I've had it since I was 16. I will be 40 in September. Yeah, baby, I'll be 40. I don't look it, right? But but I don't act it either, guys. If you guys got around me, I'm the biggest kid, man. But my kids love it. But yeah, man, I've had it since I was 16. I'm going on 40. So, I don't let it slow me down. I still watch Raider football. If you guys want to see me at a game, I'll be in section 127, the guy with the binoculars attached to his face.
And you were talking, hey, section 127. You were talking about your children. What do you have? And
well, I've been very blessed, man. I have 2 biological children, but I'm proud to say that I've raised 3 others that are not mine. I have one daughter. She's married. She lives up in Oregon. She's 23 years old. Beautiful lady. Got a great husband. I got a son who's 22. Both these are my stepkids. And he's here in Fresno. He's just doing his thing. Much love to him. And then I got my biological son who's 18, who just moved up to Saratoga. He's going to school to be a cop. His goal is to become on a SWAT team. And then I have another stepdaughter who lives here in town, which is my youngest daughter, biological daughter's sister, which is Rosalind. Well, I shouldn't have said her name. Just going through it. Anyway, no one heard that. But she's 14. She's just starting high school. And then I got my little baby girl, my 6-year-old, who just graduated kindergarten today. So the old saying is, blood is thicker than water, but in my case, love's thicker than blood. That's why I love the Raider Nation, and that's why I love all those children.
There you go. Hey, you might not be able to see perfectly, but your heart sees everything very, very good.
Thank you, man.
Cameron, where you from? Where you living? What's your situation? You got how many kids you got?
I'm currently at 0. I was born in Hayward, California, but that was just born in the hospital there, and I was brought home from the hospital to Livermore, California, and grew up at 2 different houses in Livermore for the first 5 years of my life. I used to, if anyone's from Livermore, they would know this, but I used to go to the playground at Mendenhall Middle School, and I'd be at the playground all the time playing on the basketball hoops, ride my bike around there. Anyways,
wait a second. That was you? That was you? I was looking for that fool from Mendenhall Elementary. Bastard.
So I went to Sunset Elementary for a little bit, not even a full year, and then we moved to Lathrop, California. Do you guys know where that's at?
Nope.
I've heard of it.
Right next to Manteca.
Oh yeah, that cleared it up.
Yeah, it's in between Sacramento and, let's say, Modesto, if you know where that's at, Mikey.
Yeah.
Probably not.
No.
You know where Sacramento is, at least.
I know where my local Spanish store that sells chicken and carne asada is. That's all I know.
So we moved out to Lathrop when I was 5 and grew up there. It was not like ghetto, rough neighborhood, but it was somewhat tough. It wasn't cream cheese.
All right. I don't want to know your history. I mean, I don't want to hear about that girl you dated, the one you finger banged in the butt. Come on, baby. No, I mean, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just saying where you at now. You know what I mean? Like, we know where you grew up.
I was almost done.
Oh, okay.
That's all right. So then I moved back to Livermore when I was 10. Grew up there, went to Granada High, where I played with George Atkinson III and his twin brother. And I actually saw George Atkinson on the field at Granada. That was kind of cool. and then went to Livermore High and played there for 3 years, and played with Demarie Drew, who's safety with Cal right now. So see if he gets drafted or whatnot. But where I'm at right now, Boise, Idaho, and I'm on my way to becoming a radiologist. So after this next year, JC, hoping to move back out to California to a 4-year university and keep going on with my schooling.
Explain radiology, man, to people.
Yeah, man. So radiologist, not radiologist technique.
The easy version, because I already know that that word radiologist scares the shit out of me already. But the easy version.
So not a technician, which a lot of people confuse it with, where they set you up and put the pad on your nuts and stuff so you can have children later. I'm the guy who's going to be taking those scans and actually reading them and telling what's wrong.
I see what you're saying. So you're the after.
Yes.
It's a job. Does it pay well? I hope so. Good job. Good luck.
Yeah. The average is like $200,000 a year, and the high end's like $500,000.
Hey, guys, I'm going into a new job market. I'm going to be a radiologist raider. Because this acting thing ain't paying. But that's cool, man. Are there any Raider fans that you work that you know of that you've communicated with now that you're a vlogger online or anything?
Not a lot. I've seen a lot of Raider fans out here. There's one guy who goes to a local high school that I actually have his number, and we talk a little bit. But I've seen a lot of Raider fans actually here because a lot of people are from California. Thus, a lot of Raider fans are here. And you see Raider stickers on people's cars and Raiders license plates and stuff. So it's cool. I like it. It's a really big bandwagoning area. Like just yesterday, I saw a guy with a brand new Seahawks shirt and Seahawks hat, and then 10 minutes later saw a car with the Seahawks stickers on it. So it's pretty pathetic, but I can't really blame them. They don't have any teams around here, so they just choose whoever's winning.
Yeah, that's how it is. Bandwagoners. There should be a team called the Bandwagons. You get it? So that way, if you don't know who to like, you're like, I'm a bandwagon fan, and then it'll
like every team.
It'll actually be a team. You know, I root for the bandwagons. I'm a bandwagoner. That would confuse people. So Jason, you're a vlogger now. That's called video blogging. Blogging means you talk about whatever you like, whatever you love, whatever topics are on your mind. You've been doing this. How'd you start? Why did you start? And what's the end result? What do you want to happen from this?
The reason why I started was I have a great passion for the football team. Like I said, we talked about how long I've been a Raider fan. You know, you could say from birth or from that moment. So if you want to call it 83 or 74, you call it what you will. But I've been a huge fan of this team my whole life, and I love talking to it. And since I moved to Fresno, like all my friends and all my group is over in Gilroy. So, you know, all my little Raider buddies and stuff. So I got one cousin here that follows the Raiders, and he's pretty much sick and tired of hearing me ramble on constantly about what I think about the team. So I started looking up YouTube videos, and I found Mr. Mikey Raider, and I've been watching you for a while, and I finally got the nerve to start commenting to you through messages, and I said, you know what, I'm going to give this thing a try. So I just made a video one day and got hooked, and I've been doing it ever since. The whole whopping, it was in now 4 months maybe, but no, I love it. I wanted to reach out to the Raider Nation. I wanted to build friendships and grow the Raider Nation family inside my circle to be bigger, and it's gotten bigger than I ever thought it would. You know, and my biggest attention is to always talk as positive as I can about the Raiders. Sure, there's going to be negative thoughts on players and whatnot and moves, but I will always protect the integrity of that shield. I love the Raider Nation. I want the Raider Nation to be looked at for exactly what we are. The real hardcore fans are loving, caring, and giving people that will help the community as well as the players.
Yeah, I agree. Do you mind if I talk about what your brother wrote to me on how maybe vlogging is a healing process for you?
Yeah, that's fine, man. Me and my brother are close.
Yeah, I mean,
that's fine.
You know, if you wanted to say his brother wrote me an excellent letter after I befriended him and he became a part of the round table, and his brother said that Jason, Knight of the Shield, has been through a lot, and vlogging is giving him something to inspire to heal, to feel good when when he's at home and stuff like that. So basically, Raiders and vlogging has helped a person just be a better person daily and give them something to look forward to. Maybe you should talk about that, because that's not really my place.
Yeah, I've had the trouble with women, guys. So that's why I always say, if there's any single women out there, then the night is single.
You need a, you need a,
He's
you need a BRG, a big Raider girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And the Knight's got a big heart, ladies, and I'll leave it at that. Anyways, no, I've had recently my ex-wife, and then I've had an ex-girlfriend now who's burned me pretty bad and emotionally scarred. Plus, my childhood was pretty brutal. Me and my brother's childhood was very, very rough growing up with our real father. So it just seems like it's one letdown after another, and these last few years have been I'm not going to lie, they've been really hard emotionally. So being able to go back to the one thing that I know and love, which is Raider football, and being able to do it and now approaching 300 subscribers, man, is something that it blows me away that 300 people would listen to what I have to say, and great handful of them that comment to me, and building relationships with people like Cameron and you and Dylan and Byron and Ariel Zuniga, Raider John. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Has been something that's really helped me out.
Yeah, let me cut you off there, because you said 300 subscribers, but you got to look at your views. If it says 10,000 views, 5,000 views, whatever, that's actually how many people watched your videos. You get it?
Yeah.
Maybe somebody watched it twice, but in general, you probably had 5,000 people checking you out. So, again, that's pretty amazing for you to be able to spend your time, instead of being, self-doubting or whatever, at least you're spending it on something creative, and you're making a
Yeah, man, and I gotta go ahead.
You're making a new family, basically, which is great.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man, and I gotta commemorate you for that too, because you going through all the different stuff. You have your trials and tribulations through your life, dude, and then your favorite team, the Raiders, aren't even a shadow of what their former selves were in the glory days and what you grew up with, and you're still sticking with us, dude, and being a Raider faithful and sticking with the team and have enough passion to be able to come on here and do this stuff. I mean, that's Raider Nation. That's what I'm talking about when we say we're loyal, diehard fans.
Yep.
That's right, brother.
All right, Cameron.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, Cameron, same question to you, man. Again, you're a vlogger. Just be honest. What made you do it? Did you have time on your hands? What's the end result? What do you want to come from this? And, why did you start doing this?
Yeah, man. So, kind of funny. I actually started out as a blogger with a B as in boy. I had a Oakland Predator blog because I used to go to the games dressed up as the Predator, and I called myself the Oakland Predator. So I guess I could be considered one of the super fans. And so I did a blog. It was actually after I moved to Boise because I wasn't home anymore. I couldn't go to the games. I didn't even have a computer to try to watch live streams of the games. And so it was just really rough. I wanted some way to get more enveloped in Raiders stuff. And so I started doing a blog, and first one got messed up and ended up not staying committed to it. Then I got a second one started and was committed to it. And then eventually I'm just more of a video guy. I'm more of a people person. And so I decided to start a YouTube channel. I originally had a YouTube channel called Balls McMeat because I just created one to watch people. And then when I decided to do a Raider channel, I named it Silver and Black Attack because that was something that a whole lot of people don't really say too much anymore, and that was kind of the thing that I always thought was cool.
Okay, so what's the end result, Cameron, of you, what do you expect from vlogging?
I expect this thing to become maybe not worldwide huge, but I expect it to be nationwide huge because I don't see any other teams like us out here on YouTube doing the type of things we're doing. Granted, I'm not looking for it, so I don't truly know, but the number of Raider bloggers and the way we're growing as a community and how many different Raider fans there are, you know, if they're talking about the Raider fans showing up when Charles Woodson comes to maybe talk about signing with the Raiders, that this huge, if this thing grows to what I think it can become, this big of a thing with the Raider fans on YouTube won't become a story. I think it will. And, you know, you talk about being diehard Raider Nation, bleeding silver and black. I actually have a blood relative who was with the Raiders, Dan Birdwell, number 53. He played with the Raiders during the 60s for about 9 or 10 years and went to Super Bowl II with them. And so, you know, I'm literally connected to the Raiders with blood. So bleed silver and black, it's going to be more true with me. And I just expect this whole YouTube thing to become a big, giant, awesome family where everybody loves everybody and it's always about Raiders, and it's just awesome.
Good answer. I guess so. That's going to do it for this episode of Inside the Raider Nation. You guys got to know a little bit about Cameron, you know, everything Raiders, Balls McMeat, Raider Nation News, Silver and Black Attack. Cameron hasn't figured it out yet. He's got so many things going on, but he's doing great. You learned a little bit about Knight of the Shield, Jason Smith. Jason, give a shout out to your booster club and mention anything for them real quick.
Absolutely. Hey, big shout out to Knights of the Shield Booster Club out here in Fresno, California. Guys, August 30th, we're having a Raider rally downtown Fresno. Lincoln Kennedy, live entertainment. It's going to be off the chain. Vendors, food, music. Just, it's going to be a blast. August 30th, downtown Fresno, the Raider rally. Come check it out.
Yeah, it's called the Rally in the Valley, I believe, or the Raider Rally in the Valley.
Yes, sir.
August 30th.
Yes, sir.
Again, people out there, hopefully you can get that information on RaiderCentral.com. Click under events. Hopefully I will have a link to their Facebook or any information. I'll definitely have the address and the photo to that event. Go down and support. Cameron, are you in any Raider booster clubs, anything like that? You starting one in your Idaho potato town or anything?
No, nothing yet here in Spudville. I might look into trying to see what's out there and join something, but to be honest, I actually hadn't even thought about anything like that. So that's definitely something I'll have to look into and maybe start myself if no one's got it.
Yeah, I'll discuss on a Raider Central talk show coming up. I'll talk about blogging and everybody getting combined, and everybody needs to be on point, man. We all got to get our shit together, because if we're going to bring this family together, it's a big network, and we got to be able to find each other's websites, YouTube channels, and all go together in a circle where if we ever have an event, we can go to it, no problem. We could bring more Raider Nation on. I'm going to talk about that on a future episode of the Raider Central Talk Show. But I thank you guys for being a part of this Inside the Raider Nation. And Cameron, if I could ask, who would you want to see on Inside the Raider Nation? Anybody. If you could learn something about a Raider Nation family, person, player, who would be your dream guest on this show?
My dream guest on this show would have to be Jim Otto, just because he is probably my favorite Raider of all time. The gnarly, freaking manly, awesome toughness that is the Raiders. Jim Otto just totally embodies it, and that would be the perfect guy. That would be my number one guy to have on here and learn a little bit about him. Just simply put, probably my favorite Raider all time, up there with Al Davis.
Hey, so look, everybody hashtag or email him. I don't got his number. Say, Raider Central wants you on Inside the Raider Nation, Jim Otto 00. Jason Smith, who would you like to learn a little bit more about that's a part of the Raider Nation family or team in general? Who would you want to see?
You know, there's one person out there in particular that really intrigues me, Mikey, and I think you would be the perfect one to interview him. He's become a really good friend of mine, but there's still a lot I haven't learned from him yet, and that is one Mr. Raider John. I think he would be a very interesting guest on the show to really dig deep on the passion and love that he has for the Raiders, and just to kind of see what he's really all about, because he's a family man himself. He's a husband, a father, and one dedicated Raider fan.
Good point. So hopefully we'll get Raider John on here. He's a Raider vlogger as well. Again, I'm going to try to have a variety of guests on here. We had Gorilla Rilla. I went to the Raider Image. I did some interviews outside with some LA Raider fans. I met Greg Townsend on one of these shows. We learned a little bit about Gorilla Rilla through some video footage that I have, and that comes to who I want on the show, because they are accessible to me, possibly at this moment. I want to unmask Gorilla Rilla. I want to unmask him completely, get to know him. I know we know his wife, Jungle Jane, but I want to unmask Gorilla Rilla as a human being on Inside the Raider Nation. I know he is a human being in the costume, but he does a lot of great things, and I'd actually like to see him unmasked and go from there. All right, that's it for Inside the Raider Nation. We'll see you next time.
I bleed silver with black, and I wear it with pride. Hold my shield to the sky. I'm a Raider for life. 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 I'm a Raider for life.